Intro. Confronting personal weakness. Weakness. Do I truly possess weakness? I am nothing but weakness. I am not naturally athletic, fast, or flexible. I am certainly not the most intelligent person in any room. I allow myself to get emotional over minor issues. I make poor food choices, I chronically lack sleep, I procrastinate, and I consistently waste time. I care too much about things that are meaningless and not enough about things that truly matter. My ego is too large and my mind is often small, trapped within its own limitations. Transforming flaws into fuel. However, all that being acknowledged, there's a saying, a person's greatest strength is often their biggest weakness, but their weaknesses can, conversely, become their strengths. I refuse to accept the notion that I am permanently defined by my flaws, that I am doomed to be what I currently am. I am perpetually fighting. I am constantly struggling, scraping, kicking, and clawing at those weaknesses to dismantle them and change them. Some days I achieve victory and some days I fall short. But every single day I stand back up and move forward. My fists are clenched, aimed directly toward the battle, toward the struggle. I fight with every fiber of my being to overcome those weaknesses, shortfalls, and flaws, striving to be just a little bit better today than I was yesterday. The lion versus the gazelle. Finding your why. I can detail every action I've taken, but the one thing I cannot do for you is grind on your behalf. That effort must come from you. What is the fundamental difference between a gazelle and a lion? The gazelle is running away from something, and that describes many people. You will exert effort and do what is expected only as long as someone is actively pushing you. But the moment that external pressure stops, you immediately stop. So you must ask yourself, what is your why? What truly motivates you? What internal force pushes you and drives your actions? The danger of contentment. Treat every opportunity as if it were your last. Every chance I get is a moment to reprove my worth. I still feel nervous every time I perform. People ask, you've been doing this for years, why the nerves? Because the moment you become content, you stop actively evaluating yourself. The day you cease growing and stop improving is the day you die. It's the very day the person relentlessly trying to catch you will succeed. Don't cry to quit, cry to keep going. I had someone in my office recently who was crying. I told them, don't cry because you're giving up. Cry because you are choosing to keep going. Do not cry to quit. You are already in pain, you are already hurting, so get a reward from it. Fight. Go down swinging. I promise you, if you fight with every resource you have, more often than not, you won't go down at all. You will achieve victory. But you must integrate that attitude into your everyday life. Do the extra repetition, run the extra mile. Go the extra round, make the right, difficult choices. Give the full measure of your effort. Force yourself to become mentally and physically stronger. Give everything you've got. Stand your ground and fight. Fight against weakness. Fight against fear. Fight against the inevitable decay of time. Fight back. Go down swinging. Give every single day everything you possess. When you face an overwhelming challenge, even a situation you believe you cannot win, or one you know is unwinnable, remember this, you have absolutely nothing to lose, so stand up. Move forward. Go out in a blaze of glory, fighting with every single resource you possess. Every ounce of energy, every bead of sweat, every drop of blood, right up until your last breath. And then, and only then, can you finally stand down. Success is a dog fight. If you plan to be successful in this life, you need to awaken the dog within you. You must recognize that life is a dog fight, and you have to aggressively pursue that struggle. Life will not be easy. No one is going to simply hand you anything. You might think that because you have a degree or have written a book, people are just waiting to buy from you. That is just the start. The problem is the payoff in this intense competition. Many people cannot truly handle the demands required for greatness. You pray for greatness, but the moment a serious problem arises, you run from it. You fail to understand that wealth is created by solving problems. When you successfully solve a massive problem, you have accomplished something that millions of others could not. That very act of solving the problem elevates you and transforms your status. The longer you wait, and I am being honest with you, the longer you postpone getting started and just focusing on the grind, the longer you will wait to reach the other side and claim the reward. Maximize your effort. There is no flaw in the opportunity itself. The problem is that you are only giving 70%, 60%, or even 50% effort. Yet you want the rewards and success paid for by those who have given their sweat, blood, and tears. Success is not free. The balance of emotion and logic, reaching your maximum potential and truly committing everything you have requires both emotion and logic. They are essential for pushing beyond your perceived limits. Both reason and feeling will eventually meet their boundaries, and when one fails, you must instantly rely on the other. When it stops making any logical sense to keep pushing, that is precisely when you must deploy your emotion. Use your anger, your frustration, and your fear to propel yourself further, commanding yourself with one simple thought: I don't stop. Conversely, when your feelings are screaming that you have suffered enough and you are on the verge of an emotional breakdown, you must override that feeling with concrete logic and unwavering willpower. This logic asserts, I don't stop. Fight the vulnerability of logic with the immense force of emotion. In the dynamic balance of these two forces, you will discover the strength, the tenacity, and the sheer guts to declare, I don't stop. Get off the bottom. You do not belong at the bottom. It is time for you to pull yourself up from down there. Stop settling for comfort at the bottom. Get up and move to where you are meant to be. The Bible tells the story of the prodigal son who was in a pig pen, came to his senses, and returned home. Get yourself up. You possess a royal priesthood within you. Go where you belong, do what you are required to do, and live the life you are supposed to live. Do not quit now. It's the 10th round and you have 2 more to go. When you reach the highest levels of success, the competition stops being about skill. It becomes about stamina. It becomes about declaring, you won't break me. You can't touch me. Unbreakable. The power of endurance I have fought for too long and too hard. If you wanted to defeat me, you should have crushed me when I was 17. You should have broken me when I was alone. Now, I am completely unbreakable. You will have to fight me continuously. Most of you will not be successful, not because you lack ability, but because you fail to outlast your old self long enough to become your new, successful self. Don't talk to me about defeat. I guarantee you, I am no loser. I don't know what losing means anymore. When I was a kid, I knew it intimately. I was a high school dropout. You must build a foundation of greatness with deliberate choices and character. I will never return to that existence. I am a grown man now. All I do is win. The light at the end of the tunnel, it may be hard for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I promise you, the light is there if you just keep walking forward. If you continuously make one good choice, followed by a second good choice, these positive decisions will always lead to amazing opportunities. I promise you, things will improve, but it will not be instant. It will not be microwaved or happen overnight. We desire immediate results, but greatness takes time. You must build a foundation of greatness with deliberate choices and character. Character, the foundation of altitude. Character is everything in life. Your attitude will truly determine your altitude. You must learn to embody responsibility, respect, integrity, and punctuality. Let me share the hardest thing I have ever done in my life, a struggle that took me years to overcome. That was the simple act of believing it was possible. To truly believe I could succeed despite my circumstances, born on a floor in an abandoned building, adopted, labeled, educable, mentally retarded, failing twice, having no college education, and never working for a major corporation. Have you ever thought about something you wanted to do, only to talk yourself out of it? There is a proverb that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. That is why it is critical that you make a point of never stopping. Because the moment you stop, that is when those negative thoughts will surge back. The moment you stop, you will begin to doubt your own abilities. I'm telling you what I know from experience. Feed your faith every single day is a job of selling yourself on this truth. It is possible. I can do this. I can make this happen. No matter how bad things are or how bad they get, I will ultimately make it. It is possible. You must feed your mind with the positive words you read, the motivational words you hear, and the powerful words you speak to yourself. Feed your faith and your doubts will starve to death. Say to yourself, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Say to yourself, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Even when you have zero evidence to support it, keep saying, it is possible. There's nothing in this world as potent as a made-up mind.